Hi, Joo-Lee. Hello, lovely. It's so nice to have you here. So today I'm going to be chatting to Joo-Lee, and what you're watching, it's a Wonder Woman interview series with the women's entrepreneurs when I celebrate their talents, expertise, and showcasing the brand. And I've been lucky enough to photograph Joo-Lee and experience what you do and how you run your business and how you create something really, really beautiful. And it's why I ask you today to jump on that interview with me, so we can spread the word of the fantastic job you do. So, in a nutshell, lovely, because we're going to be talking in depth of what you do. Tell us, what's SwitgFit all about? Tell us, what is this?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Aga. I'm so excited to be here talking with you. So in a nutshell, what I do is I bring friendship and fitness to ladies over 55. And I'm also training teachers who are people who love to spread the word of fitness and well-being to more ladies. So anyone who's a fitness instructor or is looking to be a dance teacher or a dance instructor and want to improve the well-being of ladies, they're the ones that come to me for training so they can set up their own successful classes.
Amazing.
That's it.
It's so cool, isn't it? How about, let's say I've got two left feet, okay? I really love dancing, in the space of my kitchen, probably when no one's watching. But I really think that dancing is a fantastic way to get fit, right? It's not the kind of straining on PT classes. Everybody got different ways of, being fit. And dance is very joyful. And it feels like you don't actually do workouts, right? It's very kind of something which comes easy to many people. But what if I've got two left feet and thinking, Jesus, I would love to be instructor, I would love to attend to your classes, but I just think I've got no rhythm, nothing. It's not for me. Is that a case?
That's brilliant. Anyone who comes thinking they are a beginner, they've got two left feet, they have no coordination or rhythm, and they know nothing, you are the people I want. Because
you want me with two left feet. Okay, that's good.
The interest has to be there. So assuming you have an interest and a desire, don't worry about the skills, because this is where I provide you with the training and the skills. So if you have a beginner's mind, you are up for a great experience because you're ready to take in all the information and all the training I have to give you. So I always advise everyone who comes to me for training to have a beginner mind, and anyone who comes to the classes to have a beginner mind. The reason people think they have two left feet is because they just keep repeating that they have two left feet. So there are many.
You don't like have pictures taken, right? Same thing.
Repeating it soon to become real. I think it's just normal fears and worries. That's all it is. There are many types of dances. Some are even based in a chair. However, SwitgFit provides dancing and exercise for ladies who have 2 feet. It doesn't matter whether you have 2 right feet or 2 left feet. As long as you have 2 feet. It's not a show. It's not a competition, and it's not a performance. So dancing has many contexts, just like photography. You've got wedding photos, you've got brand photos, and your brand photos really tell the story. And not many people know what brand photography is about. And I'm lucky to have met you, worked with you, and realized the amazing work you do. Everyone thinks of photography as, I don't know, I can just snap it with my phone, or photography would be wedding photos or model photo shoot. So dancing has many contexts. So I always say to everybody who works with me, we are not going on Strictly Come Dancing. We're not in a competition. We're not in an exam. The purpose of our dancing is to bring happiness and to bring friendship. That's it.
I love it. That's fantastic. And again, I've seen the joy when I came to the shoot. We actually shoot the class, right? So the joy, the utter joy, and no one's judging anyone, right? Everybody kind of supporting with each other. And the most important, you really supply that support, for people who are starting in this business and stuff like that. So the support is left, right, center. So that's been fantastic to look at that. So Okay, so I really like the idea, but how did you start it? Where's that idea came from? Tell us, because I've never seen anything like it. You've got Pilates classes, you've got this classes, that classes,
Yeah,
but dance classes not so much. So tell us, where's the
yeah.
idea came from?
You're right, Aga, because there are not many dance classes for
No.
ladies 55 plus, and I think they need and they want to get together to get fit. So how did I start? So it depends on how far back you go. So if I go back to my 30s, I wanted to exercise, but I wasn't very good at sports. I always ran last, always last. Do you know,
No.
I didn't think there was any problem with being last. I mean, somebody's got to be last. And I'm not very competitive. I thought it's the taking part that mattered.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'll take part in a school race and I'll be last. But I didn't realize that it was a big deal to be last. So that got me thinking that I want to be fit, but I'm not interested in competition. And I'm sure many people have been had a similar childhood experience where you hardly know how to swim, and before you know it, the whistle goes, and you've got to dive in fast, and you've got to be fast. So I just wanted something where you could enjoy an activity you could enjoy that naturally keeps you fit, that doesn't have a competition element, and that's something you actually look forward to every week rather than dread. So I dreaded swimming. I had a period every week. I dreaded playing rounders because I didn't know, are you supposed to run?
All comes from trauma, isn't it? All the good things come from trauma.
So I kind of grew up thinking I want something different, something where it's not complicated to understand, where you just turn up and you do it. And as a result of joining a group, so many benefits come from it. So I love joining groups. I love being part of societies and groups of musicians, groups of dancers. Your social life will just explode. So fast forward to 2010, I've got the opportunity of being part of an NHS program called Arts into Wellbeing. It was a program where people were invited to try dance and other arts activities for free. So I gave a presentation to the NHS to say that I will bring well-being activities to my area for people with mild health condition. So mild, so a little bit of a backache, a bit of arthritis, nothing life-threatening.
Major, right.
Nothing major. So these could stop people from even exercising because you've got a mild backache or a mild arthritis. So the program lasted for 2 years and we enjoyed it. And that allowed me to meet a lot of older people. And I decided to ask them what they wanted when the program ended. And they said they would like a class that they can attend, that they can pay for. So I kind of explored different ideas. I had mixed groups. I had men and ladies and had people of all ages. But after asking this group, I realized that there was a need for classes for women 55 plus, and women love meeting with other women. So SwitchFit was born.
That's amazing. And, I really love that. First of all, I really love that inclusivity and that lack of competition. Because I think I don't know if but I grown up in a world where the competition was the main driver to anywhere in our lives, right? You have to be first in your class, your scores have to be there. You were surrounded by constant competition. And if you're not exceeding certain framework, it's been really, really hard, wasn't it? So that's what I love, how everything's shifting right now. I really think lots of things shifting. Came away from the competition bit and integrate that inclusivity, and we it's more like nurturing, coming together, being together, supporting each other, and that kind of feminine part. I really think it's kind of feminine, the nurturing feminine, bringing everybody together. It's getting bigger and bigger, and that's why I think the Fed classes, it's not about who's going to be better or who's going to have nicer costume and stuff like that. It's not about that. And what I also loved at the beginning, when the class starts, the people just come together, have a cup of coffee, tea, and catch up with each other, right? And they become friends. And I really think that it can be quite lonely sometimes. And I think those classes, they're not only, let's do the workout and go back to our own words. Those people become friends, right? And creating that social aspect is massive, I think, because words can be quite lonely, right?
You're absolutely right. And the key words that just jump out to me while you were talking is nurturing and a sense of belonging. So when you asked me how this idea came about, I guess we all have ideas from, we can gather ideas from our own experiences in life. So I went to, 7 different schools in 4 different countries. So I wanted to belong. I wanted to fit in. And it was really hard to fit in. And now I think the best way to fit in is not to try and fit in. It's just to be yourself, but find a nurturing environment. And the word nurture really stood out. So I wanted to provide a nurturing environment for my ladies and also a nurturing environment for my teachers. They're all very collaborative and they nurture each other. They encourage each other in a non-competitive way. So competition can be very motivating for many people. And there is a place for competition. There definitely is. It makes people strive harder. I love watching the Olympics. I love watching Paralympics. They really inspire me. But in some contexts, competition, I feel, is not really relevant. Like a dance exercise class, competition is not relevant. Just be yourself. Don't try and keep up. And like similarly with my teachers, we're not trying to have more students, more members than the other teachers. We grow because we collaborate. And the best type of competition is to be better in yourself than you were yesterday.
There we go. Competition with yourself, if anything. I strongly agree with that. And sometimes you have to put the blinkers on and do your do, right? And don't compare yourself to others, because it's just it can be very damaging. And, as we said, you can't teach fish to climb the tree, right? We're all good in our own zones, right? Our own little zone of geniuses. And that should be kept like that, in my opinion. So, Joo-Lee, tell me why it's 55 plus women? Because that's you generally, that's the people you kind of attract, isn't it? Is that correct?
Yes, it's 55 plus that we put in our adverts. If you're 54 and 3/4, you're very
I still can join.
Yes. Here's the thing. I think in the early days, I said, "Hey, everybody, you can join." But what happens is I realize when I get inquiries, either by text, phone call, or email, ladies who inquire with my classes tend to worry that they might be the oldest or the least fit. So somehow age matters to a lot of people. So it depends on your level of confidence. But I am in my 60s. So I feel that.
Sorry to interrupt.
People who want to be a particular
age. What are
you
eating? What are you drinking?
Dancing keeps you young, and being with good people, being in an environment where you find it to be nurturing and supportive will automatically make you feel good. Feeling good makes you feel happier. And when people talk about wanting to feel younger, I think that's what youthfulness is happiness and good health. So by turning up every week to my classes, the ladies feel healthier. And with more teachers coming on board to train with me, they are creating more communities of well-being. So why ladies are 55 plus? Really, it's just a number to give people an idea so that it's not a class for children.
Yes.
It's not a class for 18 plus. I've had people in their 30s, young mums coming along. Yeah. They enjoy it. But however, I find that they are busy. Their priorities are the children, of course. With ladies, if we're retired, their priorities are different. Some have priorities to look after their grandchildren and their children, but now they realize, and they tell me so, it's a time for themselves. So they take an hour or 2 out of their week and they say, SwitchFit time is my time. Nobody asked me to babysit, thank you very much. The car 1 hour of well-being so that they can have the strength and the resilience to then, look after the family.
Amazing. That's fantastic. So who was the oldest person you had at your classes?
The oldest person, she's 82. I think she's 82.
That's amazing. That's really good, isn't it?
It's not about age.
It's shows, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's about your health and well-being. So obviously, be in good health to attend the class. Make sure that you haven't had your doctor saying please avoid exercise.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Some aches and pains are fine. If your doctor says actually you need to keep moving. So gentle movement to lively, happy music is what SwitchFit is about. So yeah, age doesn't matter, but ladies who are age 60 or 70s, 70 plus, they feel assured. They're not coming to a class where the majority are in their 20s and 30s, and they worry that they
keep up with them, or absolutely. It's important to create that space for people, right? And so you feel comfortable, and absolutely, like, and you know, I always say, have your niche, have your ideal client pinned down. And you did, and it's amazing. That's really, really good.
Yeah, I don't turn people away.
No, absolutely, but you know who's coming to you, right? And I think we generally attract people, you know, coming to us naturally, right? So I think that's just, we attracting people who are similar to us. I really believe in that similar vibe, you know, small mental kind of vibrancy. So I think I'm sure that's what's happening.
Yeah, like attracts like, you know, people are attracted to work with me if they are in good health, they're cheerful, and they love, you know, music from the 20s to the 50s. So for example, if you prefer
how are you coming out of the routines? What music? Do you have to be on certain music, or can you pick what you want? Tell us more about music.
Yeah, the secrets in the music. So I said the secrets in the music is because there are exercise qualifications that you can get called exercise music. So we are not exercising to music. Music just moves us, because the power of music is incredible. And I say this with confidence because I have a qualification in music. So I use music to motivate everybody to move. Music is incredibly magical. So I have an interest in swing music because I dance Lindy Hop, and I love the Charleston, and you know, this kind of music is lively. And the ladies love music that reminds them of, you know, parties they used to have in the 50s and 60s. So so we use music from the 20s, Charleston music. We use music from the 50s and 60s, twisting the night away. So the choreographies are all created by myself.
I don't have to have this choreography kind of, you know, ideas, because I think that would stress me if I'm thinking about setting my, you know, classes, how I'm going to come out with the idea. And I think that would be quite stressful for me, to be honest. So
my job is to save everybody time. So I save my teachers time by giving them the choreographies. They are already choreographies that work, so you don't have to worry that the choreographies you put forwards will be, you know, will be rejected by your class participants. So you talked about niche earlier. So if you know who your ideal customers are, your ideal members are, then you make sure that the music suits their wishes, and that the choreography suit their fitness level and the way they want to move. So a lot of our movements can be quite feminine. So I do that unapologetically, because we are women together, and they can feel confident that they can move in that particular way. So they get their favorite tunes, they're lively, they're fun. We don't play rock music or house music or, you know, music from the 90s. So you can have music of all kinds, but I'd like to niche. That's my favorite kind of music.
Yeah.
And people who love the same music as I do come to SwitchFit.
Yeah, I love this. And I remember when we were taking the pictures and the videos and everything, and the mass, you know, and I think, like, obviously I've been born in age of 70s, so I think, but I still, those golden numbers, right? Everybody knows it, isn't it? And it's just still kind of part of the society, isn't it? Those kind of swing fit dancing, you know, the big bands and everything, and it's just so really amazing, isn't it? And again, you can fit your own, you can kind of twist to your own liking, isn't it? It doesn't have to, it's not like one size fits all, but it's good to, it's this much more, you know, fuller, and you can have options, and you give all that support. That would be very, very reassuring. But what kind of other challenges you would say people might experience when they're setting up the classes? Let's say I really like the idea, but what would you preempt? What might happen? You know, what are the challenges they might find with setting the classes?
The main worry for anyone who's new to setting up their own dance or fitness class is that nobody will turn up.
Yeah.
Independent classes which are very successful, but I've also seen many which have dwindling numbers. Partly because dancers are very creative. We love creativity. We love choosing different songs. We love making up choreographies, but they may not have structure. So it's a really fine balance between having a good system and a good structure so that you know what you're doing and your members know what to expect each week when they come. So a good balance between that and creativity. That means being spontaneous, being fun, having music that's lively. So what I have is a proven system so that I can teach and train my teachers. So the other challenge they might have is not knowing about the insurances and licenses that they should have regarding to regards to using music or regarding using the intellectual property. So sometimes when people run out of ideas, they might YouTube and copy another teacher's routines, but you don't really know whether that particular routine is copyrighted. It's better to make up your own. If you have time and you love creating your own routines, by all means do that. But if you have no time, so time is another challenge.
Like a set, you can like a bank of routines you can use.
So challenges include time, because most people want to just set up their own classes as soon as they are excited, they want to set up the classes. So you save time by being a SwitchFit teacher. You save time from having to create your own routines, your own playlists. You don't have to wonder about that. And you save time because you don't have to plan each lesson. There are no verbal instructions for SwitchFit. All the instructions for your class members are due to your own ability to dance well. So my teachers are trained to dance clearly so that the movement can be seen clearly.
I love that, Japan.
Well, when you drive a car, most people who are watching this podcast will be car drivers. If not, you would have been in the car with someone. So you have to have an indication if you're a good driver. Not everybody indicates, so the driver indicates before they move. So they don't indicate and then move. So it's about using the right indications and the right communication so that your class members will know. So it's a mixture of performance skills, leading skills, and then your own dance skills. So you save time because you can learn from a proven system.
Absolutely. And I imagine that also you teach a little bit more how to run that business, isn't it? So you've got a set of templates to help people to spread the word, marketing and stuff like that. You do lots of those things as well for your people. So they just turn up and you tell, how to promote those classes. So they just, do that effectively.
So if somebody hasn't ever danced before and never run a business before, then I would say give 3 months to study because you're embarking on something new, like a new subject. You need to train, you need to go through the training. But if you're somebody who already have a dance or fitness business and you want to add SwitchFit to your format, then your portfolio, then you take less time. But I'll say, don't be in a rush, enjoy the process.
Enjoy the ride.
How long it takes. I'll just say give it around 3 months. And then you get the training for the choreography, give yourself time to learn the routines with joy, not in a rush. And yes, the templates are given to you for your banners, for your flyers, and hey, a wonderful set of photography. Brand
Thank you. I thought you never said it. No, it's been amazing.
Aga, you have spent hours and hours with me finding out the nuts and bolts of SwitchFit, so you truly understand the photo.
I like to think that I do, because we deep dive, didn't we? And it's just such a beautiful idea and business venture for so many, and it's not kind of it's not concentrate on money. Obviously money is important and everything, and it's going to come, I believe, with those classes. But I think for me, people really want to have something substantial in their lives, create something bespoke, and surround themselves with lovely people, and that's what that gives, definitely.
The word money that you just said, I just picked that out, and it's really interesting because artists like dancers and musicians
can't make money, can they?
They can, but most of them feel they can't. It's like the two left feet syndrome.
Yeah.
We keep repeating to ourselves, the word poor artists. It's partly because we're almost embarrassed to talk about money.
Absolutely.
We're so giving and so generous that the thought of money just makes you feel bad,
Yeah.
So to me, money is a form of energy. I'm giving value to my teachers, and my teachers are now giving value to their participants, and it's an exchange of energy, so people pay for it. So one of the things that I help my teachers with is to get the mindset around money, so that they feel confident that what they charge is the right amount for the value they are giving to the participants. So always give more than you take, and that's what you do, Angela. You've given me much more than what you charge. And
absolutely, we do all charge, and there's no shame of charging people for our talents, right? It's just like you said, it's exchange. But it's nice that it's not only about money, because like you've got your passion, I've got my passion. So obviously, I'd like to not live under the bridge, right? And share my best, and like you want to share your best with people and still have happy life, right? So that's why we need to use the money to supply our own needs. But I really think that when money goes along with the passion, it's such a nicer way to live. That it's not only about counting the zeros, as I'm not in love with counting zeros on your account, the numbers. But I think it's much more fulfilling if you feel a purpose on top of that, right? And I think that's what your business model gives.
Well, the more abundant you are, the more abundant you feel, the more you can give to others. You can't give from an empty, empty vessel. So the three keywords that I always share with new dance and fitness instructors that come to me, three keywords: passion, purpose, and profit.
Oh my God, bang on, right?
So if you only want money, you can get a job doing anything. And if you're lucky, if it's something you love doing. But if you're not so lucky, it's a drag. You just do it because you need the money. So profit can exist by itself. And you could still have a sense of purpose. So you could maybe work in an organization that you believe in.
Yeah.
You have a sense of purpose, and you get money. So you get profit.
Absolutely.
But in the end, this job will not be fulfilling because your passion's not in it.
Yeah.
You could also have just passion. You could have just passion alone, and that would just be a hobby. You wouldn't. If there's no profit.
Very expensive hobby.
So I'll give you an idea. I'm learning to cycle, right? There's no real. To ride a bike at the age of 62. I'm not sure it's a passion. I'm quite terrified of it. I have the equivalent of repeating. I have two left feet, so I do know what it's like to keep repeating that. So I have a purpose, because when I go to Bordeaux, I have this romantic notion of being able to ride the bicycle through the
basket with a baguette and bottle of wine.
A romantic notion. So that is just a purpose. So I'm definitely not getting a profit from it. So there are areas in our life where we have an interest in something, but ask yourself, is it a passion alone? Absolutely. Or is it passion and a purpose? So SwitchFit has a purpose. It helps ladies who love health and well-being to earn a living, giving the joy of health and well-being to others, to spread that. So that's a real purpose. So therefore, if you have a passion for health and well-being, and you love swing music, so if you hate swing music, then maybe listening to it a lot. So you love music, and then you have this sense of purpose to improve your own well-being as well as the well-being of others, and you want to make a flexible income from it, then SwitchFit is for you. So passion, purpose, profit.
Fantastic. Joo-Lee, I could talk to you for, we could just really rumble another few hours. Completely love talking to you. But if someone, just tell me last one thing. If someone watches it, and I'm sure people will, because that's going to go on YouTube and everywhere, tell me if they actually getting something out of us, like I'm really interested, you know, I would like to get in touch. What's the next step? Is there any way you can offer so people can just jump and get in touch, or is there anything you can offer right now? So if someone's watching it and is really interested, that's the steps to follow.
So if you are interested, like this very minute, I have a dance teacher training on Saturday, the 20th of July. So this is a dip your toe into it before you dive in. So if you're not quite so sure, you know what, the best way to make a decision is to have information. You can't make a decision if you don't know. So dip your toe into the pool before you dive in. So it's a 2-hour training session. It's a taster session for new people. It's only 2 hours. And it's on Saturday, the 20th of July. You can join in person in Durham, or you can join via Zoom. Try a training program with me where I show you the dance routines, where I also take your questions and share everything I can within 2 hours. And then you'll have an idea of what it feels like to work with me and to work with me. It also gives me an idea of how well I work with you. So
yeah, it's very important to be on the same plane, isn't it, with people? Absolutely.
Yeah. My teachers choose me to work with me, and I also choose them. So after the 2-hour session, if they feel like this is great, we'll take it forwards and they can do the full training program before they then go on to qualify. But if you're not ready or you're not free on the 20th of July, get in touch anyway. And my email is hello@swingfitdance.com. You can also find SwingFit on Facebook.
And we're going to put all those links underneath so people can just click and, you know, have a little bit more much around the website and those beautiful pictures and all the fantastic information you're providing. But Joo-Lee, it's been a pleasure as always to see you. And we need to catch up soon for a little piano, little piano kind of concert. When we were shooting, Joo-Lee very kindly played something for me, and it was really gorgeous.
Yeah, and the music and dance is a lovely combination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never was meant to be a concert pianist, but my music degree has helped me to create, you know, wonderful routines for SwingFit.
Amazing. And thank you so much for finding time this morning. And you've got your Wonder Woman badge. And thank you so much for sharing your expertise, for your talent, and, you know, passion for your brand. And again, let's keep in touch. And anyone who really is interested in your brand and SwingFit and dance and how you can create, you know, different stream of income, or, you know, add a little bit to your existing work, or if you just want to try something new, you know, that's a fantastic way to kind of, you know, dip your toes and speak to Joo-Lee 100%. Thank you so much, lovely. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.